The rooftop
No,
gravel
please.
crunched beneath their sneakers. Night wind howled across the empty town, carrying laughter that wasn't kind. Malik's chest heaved, sweat soaking through his shirt, as three silhouettes closed in. His so-called friends, their pale faces twisted with something cruel, their eyes gleaming under the flickering neon from the liquor store sign below. "Come on, Malik," one of them sneered. "Let's see if you can fly." They shoved him closer to the edge. The black asphalt yawning 20 feet down looked less like ground and more like a grave. Malik's arms pinwheeled, his sneakers scraping rock. He gasped, the terror of betrayal sharper than the fear of falling. One push away from death, he realized it wasn't a joke. And in that frozen heartbeat, he saw something in their eyes that told him, this wasn't the first time they'd wanted to see him gone. Days earlier, Malik's world looked different. 17 years old, tall, lanky, with a grin that could light up a classroom. He carried dreams bigger than the town that caged him. His mother worked double shifts at the diner, serving pancakes with a tired smile. His little sister, Jada, followed him everywhere, clutching her notebook filled with drawings of superheroes. And Malik? He wanted out of the rusted fences, out of the cracked sidewalks, out of the whispers that followed him wherever he walked. At school, he walked the halls like a ghost. Teachers mispronounced his name. Students stepped aside but never toward him. Except for three boys, Ethan, Kyle, and Mason. They pulled him into their circle freshman year, laughing loud, making trouble, skipping class. For Malik, it felt like acceptance. He wasn't alone anymore, but acceptance came with shadows. "Why you always running so fast, man? It's in your blood or something?" Ethan would laugh as Malik outran them in basketball. "Bet your dad was quick too when he ran out." The others snorted, and Malik forced a smile, swallowing the sting. At night, lying in bed, he stared at the ceiling, whispering to himself, "Just a joke. They don't mean it." He didn't know this was the last week life would feel almost normal. One Friday, as the sunset bled red across the horizon, Ethan turned to him with a grin too sharp. "Hey Malik, you trust us, right?" The next days cracked open like a trap. It began small, his locker vandalized with the word animal scrawled in permanent marker. He told himself it was random, but when he passed Ethan in the hallway, Ethan smirked. Then came the basketball game. Malik played point guard, fast and precise, pulling the team toward victory. With 30 seconds left, Mason tripped him, deliberate, hard. Malik slammed into the court. Cheers twisted into laughter. "Should have kept running, track star," Mason jeered. No foul was called. No one defended him. His coach just barked, "Shake it off." After the game, Malik overheard the whispers. "Why's he even on the team? They only picked him 'cause he's black." But the real blow came in history class. A wallet went missing. Kyle's wallet. The teacher's eyes locked on Malik. "Empty your bag." The room went silent. Malik's throat dried. His hands shook as he pulled out books, pens, his crumpled lunch. No wallet. Still, the teacher's look said enough. Guilty even when proven innocent. At home, Malik slammed his door and pressed his forehead against the wood. His mother knocked, gently. "Baby, you okay?" He wanted to tell her. But what could he say? That the boys who called him friend were dragging him into something darker every day? That the town saw his skin before his soul? Instead, he whispered, "I'm fine." Then came the invitation. Ethan's voice on the phone, casual, like nothing had changed. "Roof of the liquor store tonight. Just us. Don't be scared." Malik almost said no, but he went, because part of him still clung to the hope that maybe they were just being stupid kids. Maybe the jokes, the humiliation, the silence, it wasn't as bad as it felt. He was wrong. On that rooftop, the truth snapped open like jaws. The boys weren't laughing with him. They were laughing at him. The shoves grew harder. The edge drew closer. Mason's voice cut through the night, sharp and cruel. "We'll see if you land on your feet, monkey." Malik's stomach dropped. His chest tightened. This wasn't friendship. This was hate wearing a mask. And then Ethan lunged. Malik's foot slipped on loose gravel. His arms flailed, scraping skin. For a heartbeat, nothing held him but air. The ground below pulled him like a magnet. He screamed, not for help, for life. Fingers clawed at his jacket, but not to save him. Mason yanked him backward, not away from the fall, but into another shove. Malik staggered, spine colliding with the ledge. The boys closed in, their faces wild, eyes hungry. "Do it!" Kyle hissed. "Push him." Ethan's hands pressed against Malik's chest. Hard. Malik's heels hung over nothing. He looked into Ethan's eyes he once trusted, and he saw no regret, no hesitation, just hate. But then, sirens wailed. A distant shout cut through the night. "Hey, what's going on up there?" The boys froze. Malik dropped to his knees, gasping, his palms bloodied from scraping concrete. A flashlight beam cut across the roof. The liquor store owner had seen them. The boys bolted, scattering into the shadows, their laughter echoing like a curse. Malik lay trembling, his chest heaving, his heart pounding so loud it drowned the world. On that rooftop, one truth carved itself into his bones. They had wanted him dead. In the days that followed, the town chose silence. The three boys swore it was a game. "Just messing around," Ethan told the police with a smirk. "He's our friend." Their parents, respected and wealthy, backed them up. No charges were filed, no consequences, just whispers. Boys will be boys. But Malik was never the same. At school he walked alone. His laughter was gone. His dreams of escaping the town burned hotter, sharper, but also heavier. Because now he knew what he was escaping from. His mother held him one night as he shook in her arms. "They tried to take you from me," she whispered, tears soaking his shirt. Malik said nothing, but inside he promised they would not break him. Years later, Malik would leave that town. He would build a life, a career, a family. But the memory of that rooftop never left. The sound of gravel underfoot. The look in Ethan's eyes. The knowledge that the line between friendship and hate was as thin as a ledge in the dark. And sometimes, when the night was too quiet, he'd hear Mason's voice whisper in his head, "Let's see if you can fly." But Malik had flown, just not the way they wanted. He survived. He rose. Still, the question lingered, haunting anyone who heard his story. How many more rooftops will it take before we finally admit that this is not a game? This wasn't just Malik's story. It's a mirror of countless others. Do you believe silence makes us safe? Or does it make us complicit? Share your thoughts below. And if you stand against injustice, don't forget to subscribe and let your voice be heard.